हेलो गाइस, वेलकम टू अनदर एपिसोड ऑफ टेक चटनी। आज के एपिसोड में आई विल बी शेयरिंग माय थॉट्स ऑन द Logitech G305, which is Logitech's wireless gaming mouse. Its shape is the same as the Logitech G102 and what used to be the wired Logitech G Pro. इसका shape वैसे ही same है. It's pretty light and when I got it, it cost me around 3,500 rupees. So I'll also be comparing it with the BenQ Zowie EC1A and the Razer Viper Mini. Firstly, to start off, I mean, you can see the size, it's pretty small and it's very well suited for a medium or a small sized hand. Now, normally I grip it hybrid में, so या तो फिर finger tip grip रहता है या फिर claw grip रहता है मेरा, तो it's somewhat like this. But what I really like about it are these side buttons, right? क्योंकि जब मैं finger tip grip रख रहा हूँ so I can easily access these side buttons with this side part of my thumb. Right? So it's very easy to access it that way. And that's one issue which I had with the Viper Mini. क्योंकि इसका जो hump है it's pretty high and even these buttons are slightly high. तो अगर मैं उसे फिंगर टिप ग्रिप में रखता हूँ तो थंब से ये आगे वाला बटन तो एक्सेस हो जाता है, ये पीछे वाला साइड बटन नहीं एक्सेस हो पाता. तो I have to either hold it slightly differently, which affects my aim, or I avoid using the side buttons completely. So that's one reason why I actually have gone back to this from the Viper Mini. Even though अगर मैं trackers में देखूँ तो this performs pretty well compared to the Logitech G305. But I think both of these are not as good as the EC1A. इसका tracker बहुत ही अच्छा है. But इसका shape is slightly bigger, right? So it's a bit heavier as well. Compared to these two, it's much heavy. But it's got a very comfortable grip and finger tip grip के लिए या फिर palm grip के लिए तो बहुत comfortable है ये. And even the side buttons are really lovely. And the skates are excellent. इसके साथ मुझे additional PTE skates मिले white color के, which I will replace as soon as these get scuffed off. But skates की बात कर रहे तो इसके skates थोड़े weird से हैं. They are not that big, but they do provide you enough glide. लेकिन you can replace them and get something better, I think. Because that's what I have been reading on Reddit, where a lot of people have actually replaced these skates and they have been able to get better performance out of it. The Viper, see, these are the white PT skates, right? इसके बहुत अच्छे skates हैं and they're pretty nice. It's very smooth to glide, and I'll show you the glide actually on the mouse pad. So firstly, let's start off with the EC1A and just look at this glide, and it's pretty controlled. And you never have your aim actually moving up or down. You don't have to worry because mouse itself is also heavy, but the tracking and the aiming is really good with this. And let's see the G305. And you notice that when I threw it, it just swung like this. And that happens a lot क्योंकि इसका बहुत सारा weight यहाँ पर focused है. And that's because it's using a AA size battery. Right? And there is a way to actually change this and replace it with a AAA battery. Like all you need is just a small piece of foil and a AAA battery. But with the AA battery, this weighs around 97 grams. And अगर इसमें AAA battery डालोगे तो it weighs around 86 grams. ये normal alkaline batteries are, by the way. Alkaline or rechargeable batteries. अगर if you use a lithium battery, I think you can shave off another 2 or 3 grams और कम हो जाएगा. So with a AA lithium, it would be around 94 grams, and with a AAA lithium, it might be around 82 grams, which is very light. But the best thing what happens is जब इसमें तुम AAA battery डाल देते हो, तो इसका weight यहाँ से यहाँ shift हो जाता है. So when you aim with the mouse, right, you don't have to worry about it swinging how it just swung right now. So इस तरह से वो सीधा चला जाता है rather than swinging this way. I mean, you can get used to it eventually after you use the mouse and make sure how you lock your wrist when you're aiming. But I don't need to worry about that while I'm aiming with this because it manages to keep its aim straight. Even with the Viper Mini, it keeps it straight, right? So it's a pretty light mouse and has very good control. But why am I using this? One reason is wireless because this gives you a lot of freedom एंड आई डोंट हैव टू वरी अबाउट माई वायर्स गेटिंग टैंगल्ड. अब ये EC1 एक ही वायर तो बहुत स्मूथ है एंड इट्स प्रीटी नाइस एंड इट्स वेरी सॉफ्ट एज वेल, तो आई डोंट हैव टू वरी अबाउट दिस. बट ये वाइपर मिनी की वायर देखो, ये लाइक मैं 2 महीने से यूज़ कर रहा हूँ एंड इट स्टिल इज किंक्ड राइट. इसके अभी तक स्ट्रेट नहीं हुई है वायर के. तो मैं जब इसे यूज़ कर रहा हूँ आई हैव टू यूज़ इट विद द माउस पंजे, या आई हैव टू स्टिक इट at the top of my monitor using some duct tape. Even with this, once I stick the wire at the top of the monitor, it seems like a slightly better mouse than what it actually is. Another issue that I had, or king that I had with this, was इसका DPI button. It's very easily accessible. And बहुत बार क्या हो जाता है, जब मैं माउस को मूव कर रहा हूँ या शिफ्ट कर रहा हूँ तब ये DPI बटन प्रेस हो जाता है. It doesn't happen with the Viper Mini. Viper Mini का बहुत ही prominent protruded सा है DPI button. So you don't have to really worry about clicking that. But you do end up clicking this, or at least I do end up clicking this quite a lot. So that's one thing that you have to be careful of. The way I have sorted it out is मैंने Logitech के सॉफ्टवेयर में सिर्फ एक DPI सेटिंग रखा है. So even if I press it, it doesn't change, and I can actually rewind the DPI button to something else if I want to. EC1A का DPI button तो बहुत नीचे है, तो you don't even have to worry about it. This is the DPI button. If you press it, you see the different colors that are locked on the different DPIs. So that's that. And there is another way as well to reduce the weight. I mean, if you are very daring, you can remove this cover. This cover itself is like around 10 grams. And you can use the mouse without the cover if you want to. And with a AAA battery, then that would actually bring the weight down to around 72 or 75 grams. And that's pretty light for a wireless mouse, or for any mouse for that matter. With regards to the sensor, I really liked it and मेरे लिए तो काफ़ी decent सा आया. I think the aim has been pretty decent. The tracking is also pretty decent, except for that one kink जहाँ पे वो slightly downward shift हो जाता है. But enough about me. What I've also done is I invited 2 of my friends. One is Staiz and the other one is FalseGod. And they both were at one point in time ranked Diamond 3 in Valorant, and that's a pretty high rank for someone that's playing like casually, and they have pretty decent aim as well. So I'll just share what their thoughts are, and you can get an idea about what they think about the mouse.
Hello. मेरे लिए तो सही चल रहा है. I was looking for a small mouse. इसका साइज़ अच्छा लगा मुझे, and I was looking to go wireless, तो वो भी है. बस मुझे कुछ ऐसे सच कमियां नहीं लगी है माउस में. एम ऑन पॉइंट होता है जब लग रहा हो, पर ये है कि रिसेंटली मैंने वायरलेस यूज़ नहीं किया माउस, तो मैं बहुत टाइम बाद खेल रहा हूँ इस पर, तो मे बी इसलिए मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगता है. बाकी आई लाइक द माउस. क्योंकि पहले बहुत बड़े माउस से खेल रहा था मैं, फिर मेरे को वायर्स थोड़े ट्रबल दे रहे थे 102 में. अभी फ़िलहाल मैं अपने 304 से काफ़ी खुश हूँ. कैन यू शो हाउ यू ग्रिप इट? आगे क्या था? द माउस. आई मीन यस सर. ये देखो, दिस इज़ माई रेगुलर ग्रिप. कभी कभी अगर मैं बहुत ज़्यादा कोई एंगल होल्ड करके बैठा, मुझे पता है वहीं से आएंगे, तो थोड़ी सी ऐसी हो जाती है मेरी फिंगर्स, हल्का सा लिफ्ट आ जाता है. नहीं तो यूजली ऐसे रहता है. आई थिंक इससे ज़्यादा मैंने नोटिस नहीं किया है. होपिंग दिख गया था कैम में. छोटे पसंद है माउस. हाँ, यप. हाथ भी छोटू है ना.
Hi, my name is Karthikeya Sharma. I go by the name FalseGod. So I purchased Logitech 304 around the end of July, and it's been 2 months since I purchased this mouse, because मेरा इससे पहले वाला mouse Glorious Model O था, which was an extremely light mouse, and it had unbelievable precision. तो मेरे को ऐसा ही mouse चाहिए था जो थोड़ा सा light हो and थोड़ा सा precise हो. एक चीज़ ज़रूर बताऊँगा कि wireless mouse यूज़ करना एक different experience है अपने में ही, because what I have seen since I've been using this mouse, that I can change my sensitivity to be extremely low if I want at any given point of time. एंड मेरे को कोई हैसल नहीं होता है कि मेरे को माउस बंजी के बारे में सोचना है या वो सोचना है, ये सोचना है. सो इन दैट सेंस दिस माउस इज अनबिलीवेबल. द कॉन ऑफ दिस माउस विच आई हैव सीन इज द फैक्ट दैट इसमें काफ़ी सारी ऐसी चीज़ें हैं लाइक सेंसिटिविटी के हिसाब से कि इसका जो कितनी तरीके से कैसे ये अपने आप को आई थिंक उसको रीसेट टाइम कहते हैं कि कितनी जल्दी आपके ट्रैकिंग को ये पकड़ लेता है. मेरे लिए इट वॉज अ बिट smoother than expected and I was not exactly happy about it. So what I did कि आपकी वैसे आपकी in general माउस की sensitivity जो होती है PCs पे वो 6 out of 11 पे हमने सेट करके रखी होती है. I made that 5 out of 11 and after that with at least मेरे को 10 days लगे और I got used to it. Yes, it is not as precise as Glorious Model O, but the fact कि ये इतना ज़्यादा फ्रीली मूव कर सकता है एंड मैं इस चीज़ के यूज टू हो चुका हूँ, इट डज हेल्प. सो आई कैन मतलब कंफर्ट लेवल आपको इस माउस में जो मिलेगा वो आपको कभी वायर्ड माउस में नहीं मिलने वाला. एंड दैट इज अ वेरी 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 बिग प्लस पॉइंट इन माई ओपिनियन. थैंक यू.
Alright, so you have heard from Staiz and from False, and the reason why I also selected them other than their rank is because False actually plays at 400 DPI and Staiz uses the mouse at 1300 DPI. So I just wanted to give you an idea about how the mouse performs at different DPI levels, and these are both extreme ends. So why am I preferring to use this over these two mice? I like the wireless part of it, and I like its weight. It's pretty balanced. It's a no-nonsense mouse. Actually, it has like nothing RGB or nothing shiny or anything. It performs decently. I can put it in my pocket. It has a small area for storing the USB dongle, so I can just put it in my pocket and carry it around. I can even use it as an office mouse if I have to, and it doesn't look too gamery. One thing which I did notice about the mouse, मैंने initially ना इसका black version खरीदा था, and उसके side buttons बहुत soft थे. In fact, they were so soft कि like even if my hand just thumb slid past it, they would get triggered. And I read somewhere on Reddit that this was an issue with the first batch of these mice, and the white mouse did not have that issue, where the side buttons were actually a bit stiffer than the black one. So I changed it to the white one and I found it okay. If you compare it with this, with the Viper Mini, this is a lot more stiffer than this, but I'm happy with this. I can make my peace with it. Even these are like pretty sturdy, and they give you nice tactile feedback on the EC1A. This is pretty good, and it's a pretty nice mouse. Even the scroll is very nice. इसके बीच में ticks है, letting you know that you are scrolling up and down. Even this has a slight tick, and the Viper Mini also has a slight tick. And the Viper Mini scroll actually feels a bit lighter than these two mice. But it has a good feedback, अच्छा feedback है scroll का, and I have not had issues yet. I'm using it for scrolling my weapons up and down. Never had an issue कि बहुत आगे चला गया and it selected the different weapon. So no issues on that. So overall, what is the conclusion? I mean, if you are in the market looking for a budget mouse and no frills, neutral shape, this is a really good choice then. And if you want something lighter, you can actually change the battery. You can get rid of the cover, which I don't know. I mean, you can actually do without it. I tried it, लेकिन मेरा grip जैसा है, I feel a bit uncomfortable. But if you're doing a claw grip, it should be fine, and you wouldn't notice the absence of this. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed today's video. It was a bit different in terms of the format. I wanted to try something different and compare the mouse with the two mouse that I'm actually using. And let me know what are your thoughts on this kind of a format. If you liked it, or if you enjoyed it, or if you want me to change or add something, do let me know. So I hope to see you next time. Would appreciate if you like and subscribe if you haven't, and share the video with your friends as well. So until then, see you. Bye.